Julia Grace, joining us back in the studio today. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Good to see you. Now, keeping the joy in our job. I think I'm quite fortunate that I'm in a job that I really enjoy. Some things are challenging, but, you know, for all of us, we have times where we're not enjoying what we're doing.
Yeah.
How do we deal with that?
I also agree with you that I really do enjoy my job. But in any situation, there are moments where we wish sometimes, oh my gosh, I wish I could do something else, or I could be in another situation.
Yeah.
Years ago, I think it was around 1995, I was on a flight to Dunedin. It was the first time anyone had ever flown me to another place to speak and sing.
Oh, wow.
And so I got on this flight and I was just so excited. I could have just about laid an egg. It was just, I couldn't believe that the moment had come that somebody, you know, was interested enough into what I had to share that they would bring me to their people. They would actually put me on this flight. And I remember as the plane took off, I just thought to myself, I never want to lose this sense. I never want to lose the sense of excitement. No matter what the future holds, I don't want to take for granted the fact that in this day, this was my dream come true, right?
This is part of my world.
It was, absolutely. And so to this day, I've made a little practice of consciously expressing gratitude every time the plane takes off.
Because you do it quite a lot now, don't you?
I do, yeah. And so it's very easy for something exciting to become incredibly mundane.
Oh, it's so true.
And just to become absolutely, you know, almost boring, right? And there's good science behind it. So we can
get
probably
used to it, don't you?
Yeah, we could all think of something that was exciting to start with, and now it's kind of not, you know.
It's just normal.
It's just normal, that's right.
Yeah.
So there's this thing called hedonic adaptation, and your brain will normalise what was once extraordinary. Now, this is because your brain is an energy-hungry monster. It's 2% of your body weight, takes 20% of your energy and up to 40% under heavy cognitive load.
Wow.
Just to do the brain thinking,
Wow.
right?
That's
So
interesting.
because it's using a lot of energy, it doesn't want to keep telling you stuff that it doesn't need to tell you. So it's not going to keep telling you what your socks feel like on your feet. It's not going to keep telling you about the temperature in the room unless it changes and becomes uncomfortable, right? So because of that, it will normalise things very, very quickly. So it's trying to save energy. So that new phone that you bought that was so exciting on day one, it's not going to keep telling you, oh my gosh, Lizzie, you're just so excited about that phone. It's going to get used to it because it's trying to save energy. It's not mad or bad or sad. It's just doing its job.
Sure.
The problem with this is today's boring was yesterday's dream scenario.
Yeah, I get that.
Does that kind of resonate? You know, the thing that you would have given your right and left arm for now is just your average Tuesday work day or whatever. And I guess imagining the little you walking in and seeing you as the radio, you know, sitting there with your headphones on, I can see you here going, oh man, I'd love to do that, you know, and so in the middle of it, reminding yourself that. So what's something we can do to help keep that joy? And so I've got a little, it's not an acronym this time, but it's reflect, select and celebrate. And so reflect is to think about what do you have now or what do you have going on now that you once desperately wanted? What have you got in your world that you waited for, prayed for, hoped for, dreamed of?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Maybe it's a place to live. Maybe it's a dear friend. Maybe it's a partner. Maybe it's a child. Maybe it's a project or a career or something that you've got that you had your heart set on and now you've got it. And what I want you to do is to take a moment to express some gratitude and to sort of remind your brain that that's an awesome thing.
Yeah, this is so true.
Secondly, we want to pick one that you can mark really easily. So years ago, I remember I bought a house, the first house that I bought on my own after being divorced, after being on my own. And it was a huge deal, you know, to have this thing of, and someone said to me, paint the front door a colour that will make you happy on the way in and the way out. So I painted it yellow.
Oh, awesome.
You could see it from Mars. But what happened was every time I walked in and out, it reminded me, because I was walking out the door all the time, it reminded me, man, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is a dream for me. So selecting one that you can kind of mark off. So the takeoff of the plane, the walking in and out of the door. For me, it's every time I step on stage. Walking up those little stairs, just going, oh, this is awesome, right?
Yeah.
And then celebrate it. Mark it consciously every time and let your brain register, this is good stuff. This is cool. The little me would look at this and be like, oh my gosh, so exciting. Someone else would go, hey, if you want to complain, step aside, I'll do it.
Yeah, for sure. I do have a little ritual like that.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I feel like I've forgotten to do it recently.
Okay.
But I've done it for years, is walking up that hallway to my studio and holding my headphones and going, I get to do this for a job.
This is cool.
Like, this is really fun.
Yep.
I get to have great chats on the radio with people like Julia Grace, you know, like what an honour and a privilege.
And flipping that round from I have to I get to. That's actually in my book. That's in Be Kind to Your Mind. That's a really powerful tool in there. You know, sometimes if we've got young kids in our world or grandchildren or nieces or nephews, you know, rather than, I have to go and pick them up, I get to.
Yeah.
You know, I actually, there's a lot of joy. And I think for most of us, the veneer sits over the surface, but we don't have to scratch far to realise, man, we're grateful. We really are. You know, life, there's many things to be grateful for, and they do get covered over often by the busyness. They get covered over by that hedonic adaptation of our brain getting used to it. But that doesn't mean we can't kind of polish them off a little bit and actually take a moment to reflect, select something and celebrate it every single time.
Keep the joy in your job. Another great happiness hack from Julia Grace. Thank you, my friend.